God-level duplication system. Chapter 35. Provocation. This savage elephant Jew is worthy of being a mid-level 6th level physical training martial art. The effect is good. In just 3 days it has broken through 2 levels and reached the late stage of enlightenment. Lin Xuan looked at the void in front of him and nodded slightly. However, it consumes a lot of resources. The training resources provided for 1 month only took him 3 days to consume. Regarding this, Lin Xuan could only sigh secretly. Without the cultivation resources, relying on the spiritual energy of the world to cultivate, even if his current talent is good, it will be weakened by more than 10 times. Lin Xuan was naturally dissatisfied with such a slow cultivation speed. Can only stop. It's time to earn some cultivation resources. Lin Xuan pondered. Let's go to Martial Arts Pavilion first. Martial Dao Pavilion is the place where Liu Yanzong collects martial arts, and even the important place of Liu Yanzong. In fact, he can directly consume energy points to copy the martial arts of other warriors, and he can also get the others' training level. You don't even need to practice, it's extremely convenient. But this is the biggest secret in him and cannot be revealed. It must be concealed, and this martial arts pavilion serves this purpose. Secondly, Martial Dao Pavilion as the important place of Liuyan sect should have many martial arts experts sitting in it. Maybe you can meet it and use this to copy some treasures. After a little thought, Lin Xuan made a decision. He got up and left the training room. After tidying up, he left the small courtyard and walked straight to Martial Arts Pavilion. Any new disciple, after getting started, within 1 month is eligible to go to the first floor of Martial Dao Pavilion and choose a 3rd rank martial art. Not to mention the number 1 potential new disciple like him, who can choose at will without being limited by the number. However, you can only choose tier 3 martial arts. On the way, Lin Xuan looked around, looking for treasures worth copying. It's just that this is in the outer sect, and most people's talents are not as good as his. Copying it is a waste of energy points. Lin Xuan didn't pay much attention to talent. Focus on other aspects. Immediately, there was no small gain. Most of the new outer sect disciples are in the enlightened state. Also can't afford a storage ring. Small and compact training resources such as pills and elixir are always carried with you. Just right to reproduce. And during this day, he gained some energy points. Seeing this, Lin Xuan would not let it go. Walking casually on the road, the route is winding. Intentionally or unintentionally, approach those new disciples within 10 meters. With a thought. Ding, consume 500 energy points, copy it successfully, and get a bottle of 2nd order high-grade, medicinal pill Yangshu pill. Ding, consume 1000 energy points, copy successfully, and get a 3rd order middle-grade elixir, red blood ginseng. Walking along the way, Lin Xuan felt that a small pile of cultivation resources had piled up in his portable space. Lin Xuan was even more satisfied. Now, it's enough to practice for a while. Lin Xuan didn't stop until the energy points in his hand were exhausted. Quickly walked straight to Martial Arts Pavilion. Not long after, Lin Xuan stopped again. The people blocking the way were none other than Lin Yun, Wu Qili, and Chen Yu, all 3 people from Qingya City. Lin Xuan, help. For the sake of being from Qingya City, can you help us? Lin Xuan, be careful, someone may want to deal with you. The 3 of Lin Yun rushed over, talking in a panic. The clothes of the outer disciples on the 3 of them showed obvious signs of damage. Obviously, they haven't had a good time these few days. What's wrong? What happened, tell me clearly. Lin Xuan said. Among other things, since Lin Yun and he are both disciples of the Lin family, he will also help. However, before the 3 of them had time to elaborate, a group of people rushed towards them in the distance. The leader is a young man in brocade clothes. It was Zhang Tao, another potential disciple who was testing his talent a few days ago. Lin Xuan, you are finally willing to come out, I thought you were going to continue being a coward. Zhang Tao's cold shout came. Immediately, behind him, there was a series of sneering sounds. Lin Xuan, it's him. In the past 3 days, Zhang Tao took advantage of his status as the son of a rich family in the county to subdue a large number of younger brothers, and bullied us all the time. The injuries on our bodies were caused by this group of people. The 3 of Chen Yu said quickly, looking at Zhang Tao's group of people, there was a bit of fear in their eyes. After entering Liu Yun's sect, they realized that their talents were nothing at all. He was reduced to the bottom and was bullied wantonly. So it is. Lin Xuan's face turned cold when he heard this. At this moment, he still didn't understand that Zhang Tao deliberately bullied Lin Xuan and Wu Qili in order to force him to come out. What's up? Lin Xuan looked at Zhang Tao and said coldly. It's nothing serious, I just feel that you are not worthy of being the number one potential disciple. Zhang Tao snorted coldly and said, come on, let's see how I can take over the title of you, the number one potential disciple. Don't be in a hurry to say no. If you don't want anything to happen to your 3 fellow countrymen, you are the new disciple with the highest potential. With this protective umbrella, I can't do anything to you, but the 3 of you from the same township are different. Unless you can do nothing every day and be responsible for protecting them. Otherwise, they could just. So, you still agree? Okay. I promise you. A gleam of coldness flashed in Lin Xuan's eyes, and said, it was the first time he was threatened like this. It seems that you have to show off your prestige. Otherwise any cat or dog would dare to bully him. Very good. Zhang Tao smiled and waved. Back off, let me test the strength of Lin Xuan, who has the highest potential among the new disciples. Zhang Tao has absolute confidence in this duel. In the past few days, he has broken through to the late stage of enlightenment state. When Lin Xuan was testing, he was only in the early stages of enlightenment. Although there is a gap in talent between the two. But he didn't think that Lin Xuan could beat him across 2 realms. You also back away. Lin Xuan looked at the 3 of Chen Yu and said calmly. The 3 of Chen Yu and Zhang Tao's younger brothers all backed away after hearing the words. At the same time, because there was a lot of movement here, it attracted many outer disciples passing by. Surrounded around, wait and see, talking, noisy. Isn't this Lin Xuan, the number 1 genius among the new disciples, the one with the highest potential? There is also Zhang Tao, the potential disciple, right? What are they doing? Can't you see this? Zhang Tao has taken a fancy to Lin Xuan's reputation as the number 1 potential. Although Lin Xuan is a genius, his talent surpasses that of Zhang Tao. But my flowing cloud sect still respects strength. Both of them are potential disciples. If Zhang Tao defeats Lin Xuan openly, he can replace him and become the new potential number 1 disciple. So that's it, now there's a good show to watch. I don't know who will win between the two. It should be Zhang Tao, right? Although Lin Xuan's talent is higher, Zhang Tao's cultivation level is higher. Under the attention of everyone on the field, Zhang Tao made a move.